Moving ahead with the next exercise in arithmetic progressions. Here we will try to get the formula for the nth term in an arithmetic progression. Now to find the expression for the nth term, let us consider a sequence of numbers which are in AP. So let us have the first term, which is A1, A2, A3 and so on up to AN. Now we know that all these numbers which are assumed to be in arithmetic progression have a common difference, and let the common difference be D. So therefore A2 is nothing but A1 plus D, and whereas A3 is nothing but A1 plus 2D and so on. So therefore this can be written as A1 plus 2 minus 1 into D. This expression can be written as A1 plus 3 minus 1 into D. The fourth term can be written as A1 plus 4 minus 1 into D. And similarly the nth term can be written as A1 plus n minus 1 into D. So in general the expression for the nth term is A. If A1 is called as A, it is A plus n minus 1 into D. Right? So we substitute the value of n and we get the expression. So using this expression, we will try to solve all the problems given in the second exercise of the chapter Arithmetic Progressions. In the first problem, we need to fill in the blanks. So this is the first one where A is 7, D is 3, N is 8. So therefore A8 is A plus. So we have the expression AN is A plus n minus 1 into D. So therefore A8 is A, which is 7, plus n minus 1, n is 8. So 8 minus 1 is 7 into D is 3. So this is 21 plus 7, which is 28. So therefore the answer is 28. So here I need to find the value of D here. So AN is 0, 8n is 0, which is equal to A is minus 18 plus, see here N is 10, so 10 minus 1 is 9 into D, which is unknown. So bringing 18 to LHS, I have 18 equals 9D, or D is 18 by 9, which is 2. So the third problem, we need to find the value of A, where AN is minus 5. So it's the 18th term, so minus 5 equals A plus 18 minus 1, which is 17 into D is minus 3. So we have 17 into minus 3, which is, we get A plus minus 51. So bringing this to LHS, it becomes plus 51 minus 5. So we get 51 minus 5 equals 46, which is A. So the value of A is 46. The next, we need to find the value of N. So I have AN, which is 3.6, equals A is minus 18.9 plus N minus 1 into D is 2.5, right? So we have 3.6 equals minus 18.9 plus 2.5 N minus 2.5. Okay, so therefore we get minus 18.9 minus 2.5 is 21 minus 21.4 plus 2.5 N. So taking this to LHS, I get 21.4 plus 3.6, because when I bring this to LHS, this becomes positive. So I add 3.6 to it, to this number. So we get 25 equals 2.5 N, or N equals 25 by 2.5, which is exactly equal to 10. So the value of n is 10 here. And next, again we need to find the value of an. So an is, a is 3.5 plus n is 105. So n minus 1 is 104 into d is 0. So the value is 3.5 itself. So it's very clear that since the value of d, the difference is 0, the nth value will be equal to the value of the first term, which is a. The second problem, we need to choose the correct term. So the first one is the 30th term of the arithmetic progression 10, 7, 4 is. Right? So there are four options: 97, B 77, C minus 77, and D minus 87. So we know that A is 10 and D is 7 minus 10, which is minus 3. Right? N is 30. So therefore A is 10 plus n minus 1. 30 minus 1, which is 29, into minus 3. Right? So therefore we get 10 minus 87. So 29 into minus 3 is minus 87. So we get minus 77. So the correct answer is C. Next, the second one. The 11th term of minus 3 minus half comma 2 is. So here we know that A is minus 3 and D is minus half plus 3, which is plus 2.5, right? So plus 2.5, or I can write it as 5 by 2, and n is 11. So A11 is A plus n minus 1, 11 minus 1, which is 10, into D is 5 by 2. So 2 and 5, so we get 25 minus 3, which is 22. So A11 is 22. So we have the options 28, B is 22, C is minus 38, and D is minus 48 and a half. So the right answer is B, which is 22. So problem 3, we need to find the missing terms. So here I need to find the second term. So I have A, which is 2. This is A plus D. This is A plus 2D. So therefore, A plus 2D equals 26. And we know that A is equal to 2. So therefore, I have 2 plus 2D equals 26, or 2D equals 26 minus 2 is 24, or D is 12. Okay, so I need to add 12 to this. So 2 plus 12 is 14. 14 plus 12 is 26. The second one, the first term and the third term is unknown. So I have A3 and 3. So the second term, A2 is 13, and the fourth term, A4 is 3. Right? So this is, here the difference between these two is D, and the difference between these two is again D here. So therefore the difference between the fourth term and the second term is 2D. So therefore A4 minus A2 equals 13 minus 3 is 2D. So we have, this implies 10 equals 2D, or D equals 5. So we have A4, which is 3, and A2 is 13. So 3 minus 13 is equal to 2D here. So this implies minus 10 equals 2D, or D equals minus 10 by 2, which is minus 5. Right? So therefore 13 minus 5 is going to give me the value, the third term. So we have 8. So 8 minus 5 gives me 3. So on this side, definitely it's going to be plus 5. So 13 plus 5 is going to give me 18. So coming back here, so this is the first term and this is second, third, fourth, the fourth term here. So I have A equals 5 and A4 is nothing but A plus D plus D plus D. So A plus 3D equals A4. It is 9.5, which is A plus 3D. So I have D, D and D. So 3D here. So 9 by 2 is nothing but 19 by 2. This implies 19 by 2 equals A is 5 plus 3D. So we have 19 by 2 minus 5 equals 3D. So this implies I have 19 minus 10, if I take the LCM by 2, equals 3D. So 19 minus 10 is 9. So I have 9 by 2 equals 3D. So 3 and 3. So I have D equals 3 by 2. Right? So the difference between the two terms is 3 by 2. So I have 5 plus 3 by 2. 3 by 2 is nothing but 1.5. So I get 6.5. 6.5 plus 1.5 is 8. 8 plus 1.5 is 9.5. So here in this, A is minus 4. So this is the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth term. So A6 is 6. So how many D's difference do I have? 1D, 2D, 3D, 4D and 5D. Okay. So I have 6 is equal to A plus 5D. So let me substitute the value of A here. So I get 6 equals minus 4 plus 5D. So to bringing minus 4 to LHS, I get 10 equals 5D, or D equals 10 by 5, which is 2. So therefore, you add 2 to the next one. So you have minus 4 plus 2 is minus 2, then 0, then 2, then 4 and then 6. The next one, the fifth one, you have a blank 38, blank, blank, blank and then minus 22. Alright, so here we have 38 and we have minus 22. So therefore this is the second term. This is 1, 2. The second term is 38. So what is the difference between this? So 1D, 2D, 3D, 4D. Right? So minus 22 equals 38. Okay, and the difference is we have 4D. So therefore what is D? D is, so minus 22 minus 38. So it becomes minus 60 equals 4D. So we get D equals minus 15. So how can we check? So let us check. So if D is minus 15, we have 38 minus 15 is 23. 23 minus 15 is 8. 8 minus 15 is minus 7. Minus 7 minus 15 is minus 22. So in this side we need to add 15 here because we are moving in the other direction. So 38 plus 15 is going to be 53. So the difference is minus 5. So let's move on to the fourth problem. The question is, which term of the arithmetic progression 3, 8, 13, 18 is 78? So we have an arithmetic progression 3, 8, 13, 18 and somewhere we have the term 78. So I would now like to know which term is this. So I would like to know the value of n. So we have the value of an, which is 78, equals a is 3 plus n minus 1 into d. D is 5 here. So 8 minus 3 is 5. So we get 78 equals 3 plus 5n minus 5. So here you have minus 2 which goes to LHS, it becomes plus 2, which implies 80 equals 5n, or n is 80 by 5. So the value of n is 16. So 78 happens to be the 16th term. So next, problem 5, in that find the number of terms wherein we have the first sequence 7, 13, 19, and then you have 205. So here we need to find the number of terms which are present. So again, n is question mark, so a is 7, d is 13 minus 7, which is 6. So an is 205 equals a is 7 plus n minus 1 into d. So d happens to be 6. So here we have 205 equals 7 plus 6n minus 6. Right? So 7 minus 6 is 1. So which goes to the other side, which becomes 204. So you have 204 equals 6n. So n is 204 by 6. Right? So if I divide, so 6 3s are 18. So 24 I get, 6 4s are 24. So the value of n is 34. Right? So this is the 34th term. So we have the second one, 18, 15 by 15 and a half, 13, and then goes on. And the last term is minus 47. So we need to find the value of n. A is 18 and d is, you observe that d, so what is the value of d? D is 15 and a half minus 18, which is definitely 2 and a half, or it is minus 5 by 2. Alright, so we have an, which is minus 47, equals a plus n minus 1 into minus 5 by 2, which is d. So this implies I have minus 47 equals 18 minus 5 by 2n plus 5 by 2. Right? So when I add these two and I bring it to LHS, so here we have 18 into 2 is 36 plus 5 is 41 by 2 minus 5 by 2n minus 47. So this implies minus 47 minus 41 by 2 equals minus 5 by 2n. So we have the expression minus 94 minus 41 by 2 equals minus 5 by 2n. So 2 will get cancelled. So here we get 5. So here 94 plus 41 is going to give me 135 minus equals minus 5. Right? So minus gets cancelled. So 135 by 5. So if I divide it, 2's are, I get 27. So the value of n is 27. So the sixth problem, we have the arithmetic progression 11, 8, 5, 2 and so on. So the question is 150 minus 150 a term in this arithmetic progression? So let us see. So I have an is 150 equals a is 11 plus n minus 1 into d. So D is 8 minus 11, which is minus 3. So we get minus 50 equals 11 minus 3 and plus 3. So I get 11 plus 3 is 14. So I bring it to the other side. So it becomes minus 14. So I get minus 164 equals minus 3n. So minus minus gets cancelled. So n is 164 by 3. Not divisible by 3 because when you add up all the numbers it is 11. So therefore minus 150 is not in the arithmetic progression as defined. So the seventh one, if the 11th term is 38, the 16th term is 73, find the 31st term. So we need to find the 31st term. So we have A11, which is A plus n minus 1. 11 minus 1 is 10 into D. So A11 is nothing but 38. And we have the 16th term, which is A plus n minus 1, which is 15D, which is nothing but 73. So let us subtract both of them. So I get minus 5D. So here we have 38 minus 73, which gives us minus 35. So therefore D equals 35 by 5, which is 7. So if D is 7, so let me substitute the value of D in one of the equations. So we get A plus 7 into 10 is 70 equals 38. So A equals minus 70 plus 38. So we get minus 32. So now we know the value of A, we also know the value of D, so we can find out A31. So A31 is A, which is 32, plus n minus 1. 31 minus 1 is 30, into D is 7. So we have minus 32 plus 30 into 7, which gives us 178. So the answer is 178. Next, eighth problem. We have an arithmetic progression which has 50 terms. And we also have A3, which is 12. And we have A50, which is 106. So find A29. So similarly, as we did in the previous case, we need to find A29. So A3 is 12 equals A plus n is 3. So 3 minus 1 is 2D. And what about A50? A50 is 106 equals A plus 49D. So let me just subtract. So we end up getting minus 94 equals minus 47D. Right? So what is D? D is nothing but minus 94 divided by minus 47, which is 2. So substituting the value of D in one of them, so 2 into 2 is 4, so 12 minus 4 gives me 8. So the value of A is 8. So therefore A29 is A, which is A, plus n minus 1 is 28 into D is 2. So 28 into 2 plus 8 gives us 64. So that's the answer for the 8th problem. So next, the 9th one, A3 is 4 and we have A9, which is minus 8. And I have 0, which happens to be one of the values in this arithmetic progression. So we would like to find out which term is 0. So what is the value of n wherein the value of the arithmetic progression is 0? So A3 is 4, isn't it? So here A3, which is 4, equals A plus 2D, and A9 is minus 8, equals A plus again 8D. So we have to subtract to find the value of D. So when you subtract, you get 4 plus 8, which is 12. A gets cancelled. So here I have 2 minus 8, which is minus 6D. So D is 12 by minus 6, which is minus 2. So D is minus 2. So if I put the value of D as minus 2 here, 4 equals A minus 4. So A equals 8. So the value of A is 8. So now I need to find the value of N. So An is 0 equals A is 8 plus N minus 1 into D is minus 2. So we have 0 equals 8 minus 2n plus 2. Or here 8 plus 2 is 10. So if I bring it to LHS, I get minus 10 equals minus 2n, or n equals minus 10 by minus 2, which is 5. So I find that the value of n is 5. So the fifth term is 0 in the arithmetic progression, where the first term is. The 10th problem, it says that the 17th term exceeds the 10th term by 7. So the 17th term exceeds the 10th term. That means A17 minus A10 equals A10 and A17. Right? So between A10 and A17 we have 7D. Right? So A10 plus D gives me A11. A11 plus D gives me A12. So like that, I need to add 7D to A10 to get the value of A17. So therefore, this value 7 is nothing but equal to 7D. So value of D is 7 by 7, which is 1. Very simple problem. So 11. So we have an arithmetic progression 3, 15, 27, 39 and so on. Which term will be 132 more than the 54th term? So first we need to find the 54th term, and then we need to add 132 to this term and then check the value of n. So let's first find out A54. So A is 3. So value of D is 15 minus 3, which is 12. So A54 is A plus n minus 1 is 53 into D is 12. So when I add them, we get 639. Right? So A54 is 639. So to this, we are adding 132. Okay? So to that term, if I add 132, I get 771. So now I would like to know the value of n. Right? So what is An? An is 771. So I would like to know the value of n. So therefore, we have 771 equals A is 3 plus n minus 1 into D, which is 12. So we have 771 equals 3 plus 12n minus 12. So I get minus 9. If I bring it to LHS, I get plus 9. So 780 equals 12n, or n equals 780 by 12. So what is the value? The value is 65. So the value of n is 65. So the 65th term is 771. The 12th problem. Two arithmetic progressions have the same common difference D. The difference between their 100th term is 100. What is the difference between their 1000th term? So I have two arithmetic progressions, A1, A2 and so on. And let's assume that I have B1, B2 and so on. So I have A100 and then you have B100. Now these two have the same difference, common difference. That means A2 minus A1 is D, B2 minus B1 is D. Right? So therefore, A100 minus A99 is also D and B100 minus B99 is also D. Now it has been observed that if I take the difference of these two, that is, if I consider A100 minus B100, it is equal to 100. Okay? So since the difference between any two consecutive terms remain the same, so the difference between their 100th term is 100, the difference between their 99th term will also be 100, and so on and so forth. Right? So therefore the difference between their 1000th term will also be 100. Now can we get an example? So let's take the sequence 1, 3, 5, 6, 7 and I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 and so on. So I have 1, 3, 5, I'm taking a set of odd numbers 7 and 9, right? And this is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Now these two arithmetic progressions have the same common difference too, isn't it? Right? Now what is the difference between the first and the first term of both the arithmetic progressions? It's 1. The difference between these two is also 1. Difference between these two is also 1. So if I consider their 100th term, so A100 minus B100, so the difference between these two will also be 1. And if I consider the 1000th term, difference also will be 1. Right? So difference between these two, B1 minus A1 is 1, B2 minus A2 is 1, B100 minus A100 is 1, so B1000 minus A1000 will also be 1. So on similar lines here, in this case, the difference between the two is 100. So the difference between these two, A100 and B100 will be 100, and the difference between A1000 and B1000 will also be 100. So we're using the same logic here. So how many 3-digit terms are divisible by 7? So let's find out the first 3-digit term which is divisible by 7 is 105. So we would like to know what is the last term which is divisible by 7. So let me divide 999 from 7. So I get 7 ones is 7. Subtract, I get 29. 4s are 28. So I get 19. So 7 2s are 14. So the remainder is 5. So the term which is divisible by 7, since the remainder is 5, so the term which is divisible by 7 would be 999 minus 5, which is 994. So this happens to be the last term which is divisible by 7. So I would like to know how many terms are there. So if this is the first term, this is the last term, so we need to find the value of n. So 994 equals 105 plus n minus 1. D is 7 because it is divisible by 7. So I have 7 here. So we have 994 minus 105. So that gives me 887 equals 7n minus 7. Right? So or if I bring the 7 to LHS, I get 8. So I get 896 by 7, which is equal to n. So the value of n is 128. So 896 divided by 7 is 128. So the next problem, 14. How many 3-digit or how many multiples of 4 lie between 10 and 250? So 10 and 250, we need to know how many multiples of 4 exist. So the first number which lies between 10 and 250, which is divisible by 4, is 12. So let me divide 250 by 4. So we get 6 4s are 24, so I get 1 0. So 4 2s are 8. So the remainder is 2. So the number which is divisible by 4 less than 250 is 250 minus 2, which is 248. Okay, so AN is 248, A is 12, and of course D is 4. So we have 248 equals A plus N minus 1 into D is 4. So we have so this implies 248 equals, so here we get 12 plus 4n minus 4. So 12 minus 4 is 8 plus 4n. So if I take 8 to LHS, it gives me 248 minus 8, which is 240 by 4 equals n. Right? So therefore, this is 60. So the value of n is 60. So there are 60 numbers between 10 and 250 which are divisible by 4. Values of n are the nth term of two arithmetic progressions, 63, 65, 67 and so on, and 3, 10, 17 equal. Right? So here I find that there is one arithmetic progression and there is another arithmetic progression. At some point, these two values would be the same, and that happens to be the last value, the nth value. So we need to find the value of n. So here, for this, A is of course 63 and D is 2. But here A is 3 and D is 7. So AN is the same, right? So AN is A, which is 63 plus n minus 1 into 2. And therefore here AN is A plus n minus 1 into D, which is 7. Now these two values are the same. So AN of this and this is the same. So what we do is we equate these two. So if I equate these two, I get 63 plus 2n minus 2 equals 3 plus 7n minus 7. So here we have 61. So here we get 3 minus 7, which is minus 4. So if I bring this to LHS, I get plus 4. So here we have 7n minus 2n, which is 5n. So 65 by 5 equals n, or n equals 1s are 3. So I have n equals 13. So the value of n is 13. So the 13th term of this arithmetic progression and the 13th term of this arithmetic progression would be the same. To determine the arithmetic progression whose third term is 16, so A3 is 16, and the 7th term exceeds the 5th term by 12. So the 7th term exceeds the 5th term by 12. So we need to find the arithmetic progression. So A7 minus A5 is 12. So what is the difference between these two? It is nothing but 2D. So therefore we have D equals 12 by 2, which is 6. So having known the value of D, which is 6, we know that A3 minus A is also equal to 2D. So therefore the value of A is A3, which is 16, minus 2D, which is minus 12, will give me A. So therefore A is 4. So the first value is 4. The next value is 4 plus 6, which is 10. Then plus 6 is 16. So again plus 6 is 22 and so on. So this happens to be the arithmetic progression here. So next problem 17. Find the 20th term from the last arithmetic progression. So we have 3, 8, 13 and so on, and the last term is 253. So from here I need to find the 20th term, right? So now what is D? D is 8 minus 3, so D is 5 here. So if I interchange the arithmetic progression, I have 253, which is the first term, and therefore I get 13, 8 and 3. So D here will be minus 5. So this is going to be A, and I need to find A20. So A20 would be A, which is 253, plus N minus 1, 20 minus 1, which is 90, into minus 5. So therefore we get 253 plus 19 into minus 5, which gives me a value 158. Next, 18th problem. The fourth plus the eighth term is 24. The sum of fourth and eighth term is 24. And the sum of the sixth and the 10th term is 44. So we need to find the values of A1 and so on. So we know that A4 is nothing but A plus 3D, whereas A8 is again A plus 7D, right? So therefore, when I add these two, I get 2A plus 10D equals 24. So similarly, A6 is A plus 5D and A10 is A plus 9D. So when I add these two, so we get 2A plus 14D equals 44. So dividing both the expressions by 2, or we can subtract both of them. So I write 2A plus 10D equals 24. So I subtract both of them. I get 4D equals 20. So D equals 20 by 4, which is 5. So D is 5. And now we can substitute the value of D to get the value of A here. So since D is 5, so let me substitute this here. So 2A plus 10 into 5 is 50 equals 24. So 2A equals minus 50 plus 24, which is minus 26, or A equals minus 13. So value of A, the first term is minus 13. So what is the next value? The second term is minus 13 plus 5. So that gives me minus 8. And A3 is minus 8 plus 5, which is minus 3, and so on. Now problem 19, we have Subbarao, who started his work in 1995 with an amount of rupees 5,000. And he gets an increment of rupees 200 every year. So every year the increment is rupees 200. So the question is, in which year will he get rupees 7,000? So now this is A, and D, which is the increment, is D, 200, and A is 7,000. So we have 7,000, A equals A, which is 5,000, plus N minus 1 into D, 200. So 7,000 minus 5,000 gives me 2,000, equals 200N minus 200. So we have 2,200 equals 200N, right? So cancelling 0, we get 11. So N equals 11. So in the 11th year, Subbarao would get an amount of rupees 7,000. So next, so there is a person who saves rupees 5 the first week of a year, and every year the saving is increased by rupees 1.75. And in the nth week, the amount becomes 20 rupees 75 paisa. So what is N? So what does this problem suggest? The first week, the person saves 5 rupees, and every week he is saving an extra amount of 1 rupee 75 paisa. So the second week it is going to be 5 plus 1.75. In the third week it's going to be 5 plus 2 into 1.75. So therefore A is 5 rupees, D is 1.75, and this is AN. So we need to find the value of N. So AN, which is 20.75, equals A plus n minus 1 into d, which is 1.75. 20.75 minus 5 plus 1.75 equals 1.75 into n. So when I multiply this, I get n into 1.75 minus 1.75, which becomes plus. Okay, so finally here they would get 15.75 plus 1.75 equals 1.75 n. Right? So here you would, so 15.75 plus 1.75 is 17.5 equals 1.75 n. So we know that this is 10 times, so n equals 10. So in the 10th week, the amount saved would be 20.75. So in this section, we have solved all the problems given in the second exercise, wherein all the problems deal with the nth term in the arithmetic progression. Right? So in the next video segment, we will go through the next exercise, which talks about the sum of the n terms in the arithmetic progression. So I hope you have found all the problems interesting and the video lecture informative. So make sure that you try to solve all the problems by yourself and go through the video lecture for reference. And please do like, share and subscribe, and press the bell icon to get notifications of further video uploads. And do thanks for watching.